Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are back. It's Wave Video's Wave Camp. Happy Friday to you too, as well. Karen and Benita, thank you for joining us. It's the last day of Wave Camp. Of course, 2 weeks from now, we're going to have Wave Camp 2.0 advanced level. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. But we've got to wrap this one up first. Eric joining us all the way from Germany. I forget which planet that's on, but wow, you must have good reception. Well, what a week. You guys have chosen topics that you wanted to talk about. I hope that you found things that you're passionate about and that you are having fun. Dimitri, my awesome comment, testing. No idea what that is, but he's always testing, always tweaking, and always doing everything he can to make this the best video editing and live streaming platform out there. So thank you for all that you do. So we've chosen our topics, we've scheduled our stream, we've created overlays, we've created scenes, we've done all the things, we've planned our shows. But for many of us, and guess what? It happens to me too. There's this anxiety, there's this fear, and we're going to get into that today. But before we do, let's review why we're here in general. We are here because we want you to feel supported in your journey, become familiar with the basic Wave video features, and we want you to create a live show with Wave. That's what we're aiming for. And everyone who participates in this week's camp is going to get our new Wave Camp stickers. Wave Video, their team created these. They're awesome. I love it. Stop dreaming, start streaming. Live streaming guru. Oh, official live streaming guru. Sorry. Certified jaw-dropping streamer. I like that. I feel like some of these need to be on shirts. Wouldn't you guys like these on like t-shirts or something? Wave, it's time for us to have a store where people can come in and buy all the good little swaggy things. And I just, these would be some great shirts, right? Am I wrong, everyone? I know I'm right, but you can go ahead and tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. Okay. Today, we've got a couple things we're going to talk about. We've kind of touched on one of them, which is how to go live with your phone as a camera. And so we'll touch on that. Is my sound off? It sounds different today. No, we haven't changed anything. But that's a great question. But no, everything is the same. So I'll go back and listen and take a look. But no, nothing has changed today. Do I sound quieter? Do I sound softer? Let's see. There are some things that can be done here to up it up a little bit and see if that helps. I'm not sure. Okay. Everything okay here. His tan has deepened his voice. Oh, so that's what it is. I sound, I don't know. This is who I am. So there we go. All right. So today, what are we going to be looking at? We talked about the phones. We've already talked about that. But you know what? Just to review, let's see, where is that? Okay. Here are 3 ways that you can use your phone as your camera. Okay. Filmic Pro, which is an app. It's what I use on my phone. When I'm shooting video, it gives you tons of control over the exposure, the ISO, the focus. You can zoom in, zoom out. Actually, if you have 2 phones, you can control the other camera, that phone, with another phone. So you can do all kinds of crazy things. They have a clean HDMI out in that app. So if you have a capture card, you can run it into your computer. There's an app called Camo that you can use. I have not tried that one. But I know some of you have, that will bring your phone in onto the screen. I don't know how it is as far as audio syncing and things like that, but if you were just using it to show like your desk or something that you're working on, sounds like a really viable option. And of course, the other is to use NDI. If you go to ndi.tv, you can download all their NDI tools. It's really an awesome feature. It allows you to bring in anything that's on the same network as sources and cameras, and there's a lot to it, but you can do some creative things. So those are 3 ways to use your phone as your camera. Okay. One of the other things we want to cover just a little bit is how to look good on camera. Now, I don't know that I perfectly, could say that I've mastered that, right? Because this is what I have to work with. But I will tell you, there's lots of different things you can do. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're in focus, that you're framed, right. You don't want like a bunch of, you don't want to be like way back here and down low, right? You want to be centered. They have what's called the rule of thirds. All right. On your phone where you put those grid lines so you can line up your photos. So rule of thirds. Now on a live stream, typically, unless you're doing like I am, I'm over here on the side, you would want to be centered. But the lines that go like this, that top line on the grid, I probably should have brought up an image to show you guys. Let me know if you're confused, but on your phone, if you hold it like this, right, you'll see like these grid lines. The one that goes horizontal across the top typically is a reference point for your eyes. So that could help you kind of line yourself up there. Obviously, lighting is a big deal. You don't want it to be too dark. You also don't want it to be too bright. I use 2 main lights. Okay. Let's see here. I'm not sure if they're in the shot here, so we're going to look here. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's see. Are these lights in here? I didn't turn on director's voice. I didn't turn on director's voice. This is what happened. Live streaming, everyone. Guess what? It happens. You mess up. Okay, now I've got the director's voice on. What I was saying is that there is a camera or a light here that I use, and I use one above my head. Right? They call it a hair light. It just gives a little bit of depth behind you. This one here, I have at a 45-degree angle just off the camera there. Okay. There's a light on my back wall back here. And what I use are these. They're called Panel Pros by LumaCube. Okay. They're not that expensive. And they're easy to take with you. So I take these with me when I'm doing video and stuff on the road. So, and I can control them with my phone. So you'll see that there's the ones behind me here. So I can turn that off. I can turn it back on. So those are Panel Pros. The ones that are above my head, I can't exactly tell you. I'm gonna have to, I will post it later. Those are a little more expensive because I actually will take those down if I'm doing like a bigger shoot for somebody. Elgato, they make the Stream Deck. They also make some great panel lights. If you go to their website, elgato.com, they have some great lights. So the handheld lights are by LumaCube. Let's see if I can get that to zoom, focus on that right there. Right, it's the Panel Pro. So I have 3 of them, and they're a little more spendy. There's other versions out there, but again, I take these out and about when I'm doing other work for people. So I've gotten all these things together over time. So anyway, so lighting is really the biggest thing, and you just kind of have to play with it until you feel like you've got it where you want it. And right now, I feel better about mine. You guys have mentioned my tan. I think it helped when I was a little bit more pastier. My light seemed a little bit more bright. so there, you can do that too. Go lay out in the sun and darken up. All righty. Yeah, we'll put together a list for you of things that I use. Again, most things out there are going to work. You know, you're looking for just a panel type light are great. The other, though, of course, is natural light, right? So I got a window right here. Now, because I want the controlled light the way I have it, I have a blackout curtain there, okay? The light where it's hanging, hold on. It's like literally like right here. See that pole? It's right above my head. Hopefully that helped. Okay. All righty. So a little bit of lights, a little bit of using your phone. Of course, today's task, wrapping up camp, is for you to go live. We'd love for you to have that done by Monday. And we want you to post a link to the live so that we can check it out. We all want to support you. If you have a channel, we can subscribe. Share those with us. Let us know. We're here to support each other. Obviously, we don't want people spamming and just being self-promotional on us, but we do want to be able to find your channels and support you in your journey. Gosh dang glasses. No matter what I do, I get glasses glare, wondering what your lighting looks like. Glasses. I don't know how I'm sure I'll get glare a little bit. Yeah, see, because I don't have my light set up for use with my glasses, right? So that's an angle issue. I know there are articles, there are things out there about it. I don't know enough about the specifics. When I have to deal with it or come across it, I just review it and make adjustments. I need my glasses for seeing far. So when I'm on the computer and stuff, I don't wear them. So because I don't need them. That would be a great article. You know what, Karina, if she's here, the team, that would be a great blog post for us to have out there on how to set up your lighting to deal with glasses. I know John Pullum, a friend of mine, he actually takes the lenses out of his glasses so that he still looks like he has on glasses. So I don't know how he sees, but apparently he does. But yeah, mastering looking good with glasses is a whole nother thing. Okay. There are ways to do it. Non-reflective coating at the eyeglass shop is definitely an option. I agree with you there, Melody. Let me bring some of these up. So Karen was asking about how it looks with glasses, and Olivia was asking about putting the things on a list. So we will work on getting all that together. Yeah, he takes the lenses out, but then you can't see him. Right. I don't know how he does it. He's a magician. Like literally, he's a magician. So, but our main thing today that we wanted to talk about is camera shyness. And most of us all kind of deal with this in one form or another, right? Because camera shyness usually is caused by social anxiety. It can be public self-consciousness, low assertiveness, introversion, a fear of the unknown, unexpected. Those things all can play a part. And we've probably all experienced them. You know, I'm a theater guy when I'm on stage. But I also prefer when I'm in groups to be in small groups. I'd rather go to dinner with 6 people than be in a huge room with tons of people at once. It's just not my thing. I think they call it like an omnivert. Like, I'm not an extrovert, but I'm not an introvert. But we all have our things, and that's okay. When I go live, I still have anxiety, right? I still have moments where, oh, I wasn't completely prepared, or I messed something up, or I tried to do something on the fly, like now, like sharing with you the other camera and forgetting what I had told you just the day before about using director voice. And that's why I didn't have sound, right? So it happens to all of us. And when those things can happen, and they're going to happen, it can throw us off, or it can get in our head. It can get in your head before it happens because you're worried about it happening. You're worried about what you look like. You're comparing yourself to other people's live streams. I know I've done that, right? I had Kurt Nugent on the show the other day, and his setup looks so much better than mine. And I can get in my head. I can get self-conscious. But guess what? I'm kind of the only person who's probably doing that. Nobody else is really looking and going, wow, Chad's setup stinks compared to Kirk's. And there are other people where I'm on and they see my setup and they go, wow, your setup's great. And mine stinks. And we just are constantly comparing ourselves to each other. Do I have a solution for that? Am I a trained psychiatrist, psychologist to help you, know how to overcome these fears? No. And there's lots of people out there who teach courses and share different things. But at the end of the day, I don't know if there's a completely universal answer, because we all deal with things and we all bring different things to the game. I'd love to know, what are things that you fear? What goes into your mind? What are some of your anxieties when it comes to live streaming and being on camera? And see, Vanita's case in point. She says that mine looks better than hers. I may see yours and go, wow, I really like yours. Everyone has their own look. So I dug into it a little bit, and here's a list of just a few things you can do to help you overcome some of your camera fears. One, of course, is to learn the tech, to understand how things work, to a level that you're comfortable enough so that if something goes wrong, you're not freaked out. Yes, Vinny, this is great. She says, gradually stop with the analysis paralysis, right? Waiting for perfection before you go live. Well, my friend uses the phrase, just press the dang button. Just go for it. Another friend of mine says that in his group, they do it first, fix it later. And I love that. But learning the tech, okay? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to learn the tech before you go live. Just start doing it. And as things happen, you are going to be forced to learn the tech. There's no way you're going to always be able to anticipate everything that happens. It just happens. And you'll learn it. And it's okay. Yes. I love that. Is it Brigetti? I hope I'm saying your name right. And I apologize if I'm not. Yeah, just do you. That's if people are tuning in, they're tuning in to hear you. They want to know what you have to say. So just be you. Another is make your own space. Do things that let you know that when you sit down, this is your area. That's why I just recently put this up on my wall, right? From Ted Lasso. It's the believe sign, but I got it as a flag. And so it's my favorite show. I love the lessons that are in it. I love the struggle he goes through, the way he deals with things. There's just so much I connect to. And this is something for me that says, hey, this is my space. I have a little Lego thing that's a scene from Scrooge, which I played Scrooge in Scrooge the Musical, and my kids got me this Lego Christmas Carol thing. These make it feel like my space. So set your space up so that it's yours. When I look in the camera, or if I look at the screen, what do I see behind me? I see Winnie the Pooh, who's my favorite character. I love all the stories. And my hats. They're all a part of it. Also behind me is the keyboard, right? I play a little. My wife plays a lot. Those are all things that remind me of just me, my life. They're comforting. And so set up your space in that way. It'll help. Practice. You just got to get in there and do it. And if you don't want to go live, then just record yourself. John Trincali right here, who's joining us right now. He's a great example of someone who really doesn't care what anyone else thinks. He just goes live. He's not that great. I'm just kidding, John. John's a friend of mine. He's actually hilarious. His show's super fun. A Friday night BS show. But he's always testing. I've seen him. He's always practicing. He's always doing stuff, trying to get better, figuring things out. But at the end of the day, too, his show, it's just people being people. It's not stressed out or worried about how certain things look or whatever, even though it does look and sound great. So practice, record yourself, look back. Another that gets brought up a lot, and I'll admit I suck at this, but it's just breathing. Taking deep breaths, controlled breaths. There's breathing exercises that you can do. You can look up. There's tons of YouTube videos out there. It's true. My hats are part of my set the same way some people feel about wearing glasses that make them unique, right? And actually the hat's part of my branding now, but I've just always liked them. Okay, review. So if you go live and you're curious and you're wanting to get better, go back and watch yourself. Make notes. See what you're doing. Are you looking at the camera? Are you constantly over here, over there? When you're live streaming, you do have to move around and kind of glance because you're looking at comments, and not everybody has a teleprompter, reflecting the screen in front of them like I do. But right now, that screen is frozen. It's not even working. So great, I have it, but guess what? I'm still having to look over here to see where your comments are coming in. Review, see what you're doing. Check your posture, listen to your sound, look at your lights. What do you want to change? Look at the camera. This is one of the big ones for everyone, right? Because we're afraid of the camera. But I've seen or heard of people doing crazy things like putting a picture of someone they admire or something that relaxes them right behind the camera. Putting someone's face that they're comfortable talking to in real life and then just talking to that person like they're having a conversation. The camera just has to kind of become an entity, right? You have to understand the people you're talking to, that's where they are. Yeah. Jetty says that some people don't like. I don't like doing. I'm horrible. I never go back and rewatch myself. I just don't. I don't know why, but I don't. It's for me, it's weird. I know tons of people who do it, and it works well. Proper microphone skills. Oh, popper microphone skills. I'm not sure if you meant popper or proper, but that's okay. When it comes to breathing, yeah. You want to like that, John? Like that was just for you, John. Number 6 is so important. Yeah, look at the camera, not yourself. That's hard though, right? Because you're curious, because there's movement over here. We like video, even if it's of somebody else or ourselves. We like to look, see, oh, look at me, look at me. Yeah, look at the camera. That's what I'm doing now. I'm looking right at you. Okay. What else? Last one. Know why you're doing this. John says he's so good looking he can't help but look at himself in the camera. The number 8 I didn't put on there is that delusions are real. Just kidding, John. But know why you're doing this, right? For me, I'm doing this with Wave because I love the tool, right? Yes, it's part of my job also, right? But I do this with Wave because I also love the tool. And I like seeing you guys. I've seen some of you guys just grow, and I've seen your shows change and improve. And I know I had nothing to do with it, but I still love getting to know you guys and being here on the journey. So those are really the only tips I can really give you. There's lots of articles out there. The majority of them, these are the main things that they're going to tell you. But I would also tell you this: it's okay to be afraid. There's nothing wrong with being afraid of the camera. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of healthy fear. We all have it. Learning how to not let it hold you back. I wish I could sit here and give you just all of these great answers, but you know what? I've got plenty of things in my own life that I know I should be better at or that I should be doing, but I also let fear get in the way. We do. It's one of the great things about having this community here with Wave is you guys are all so supportive. Many of you have boosted my self-esteem, my self-confidence with things that you've done or messages that you've sent. And I hope that others are doing that for you and that you're getting that in return. So anyway, that pretty much covers everything we wanted to cover. So what I wanted to spend just the next little bit of time before we close this edition of Wave Camp and prepare in 2 weeks for Wave Camp 2.0, the advanced version, is give you guys a chance to share any questions that you have, any comments that you have, any thoughts that you have. This is a great time. I'm going to hang out here for a little bit so that you can do it. Yeah, it does help to have someone join you a few times before you're jumping in and doing it on your own. That's absolutely true. That I have no doubt. And other people may not work that way. Other people may just like the whole, like, I'm just going to do this on my own. They're tutorials with all the little details inside the studio. I've gotten that far, but could use a little boost. Those are being worked on. One of the fun parts about this is because the tool launched so quickly and is constantly morphing and growing and changing and getting better, that making some of those tutorial videos was hard but you'd finish it and then something else would change or they'd add something. So that's being worked on. In the meantime, of course, you can ask questions in the group. Everyone is there to help you out. How can I use slides with live streaming? By slides, are you talking, if you're referring to like PowerPoint, there's different things you can do, right? So you can bring them in as images in your overlays and use them that way. You can bring them in as a shared screen. That's what I do, right? So I would put my PowerPoint on another monitor and bring it in as a shared screen and then use one of the layouts. You can lay it out however you want. And then you can click on your PowerPoint and it will just show up. So as far as just directly importing them as a slideshow into Wave, not yet. But you can do it as a shared window or a shared screen. So, and that's what I do, and it works perfectly fine. You could also bring them in and set them up as scenes. Let's see. Can I translate or? Here, Eric mentioned he does do a tutorials, but they're in German, and they're great. So yeah, so with one monitor, that's obviously that makes it a little tougher. You can share a window. So when you go to share screen, it gives you the option of sharing the screen, a window, or a Chrome tab. So you would have to share the PowerPoint window. And since it's not technically the full screen projection, you might still have like the view of that PowerPoint tool. I haven't messed with that. I'll have to play around with doing it on one on one monitor. So I know that's kind of an advantage that I have. So I need to practice and look at that. If anybody else has little workarounds that they've used, I'd love to know. If I use a different window, will I still be seen? Yeah, so your camera would be, you would have like one window, right, on your screen, and then you have another window in Windows on your screen. So this is, your stream, and then over here, you would share the window that PowerPoint is in as your screen share. You would just share the window, and you would also have your camera on there. So it's totally possible to do that. Let's see. Eric says learning German is going to be the best way because his accent's not very great. Only one monitor as well. Here we go. Look at it. HDMI dummy plug-in, high-resolution virtual monitor display emulator, about $5 on Amazon. Business Growth Ready. I'll tell you what, if you have a link that you can share, even if it's an affiliate link, I don't care. Share it. Maybe if you want to post in the Facebook community, or shoot a YouTube video. Business Growth Ready, doing it, and share the YouTube video, and we'll all come to your channel and watch what you're doing to make that happen. So I do need to work on the whole one monitor situation and how to do that so that I can inform you. That being said, I know that they're working on coming up with a way to be able to just import a slideshow and be able to do that. So let's see. What else? Anybody else got anything? Sounds like other than that, everybody's good to go. So yes, we're working on training videos. I will figure out the workaround with one monitor, or if somebody already has it, let us know. And other than that, I guess it sounds like nobody has any questions. You guys are all pros. You're doing great. Can't wait to see what you produce, what you're coming up with, what you're passionate about. And I'm super excited about Camp 2.0. And John, look, John wants to know, if train A leaves the station going 60 miles per hour, train B leaves 1 hour later going 85 miles per hour, how long will it take train B to catch up with train A? In a nutshell, John, it'll be somewhere on your show because that's where the train wreck always happens. Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate all of you. I'm here if I can help. And until then, we'll just keep on meeting up and doing these so we can all learn together how to live better. We'll see you soon.